Hey, good Friday afternoon, everybody. BAM Weather meteorologist Brett Waltz here, giving you a BAM Live update sponsored by Ray Skillman Auto Center. Again, if you are in the market for a GMC or Buick, be sure to go down to Ray Skillman Auto Center on US 31 South. Ask for Colt, tell him that BAM sent you, and he will hook you up. So, wanted to start off today with the photo of the day. We had some snow on the radar this morning. I had a nice little grassy accumulation. This photo sent in from Columbus, Indiana by Chelsea Howard. I had Indianapolis on there. She's actually from Columbus. I'm not sure why that didn't change, but from Columbus, Indiana, you can see light grassy accumulation. But note, the roadways. Didn't see a lot of impact on the roads. And you know, that's just how it's gone so far this winter. So wanted to move on to what we're going to talk about throughout the rest of February and February as a whole. We're going to pull up our February outlook. We wanted to share this to you all, sent out to clients earlier this morning. Here's our official February 2020 outlook. And I know for you winter lovers, this is not really what you wanted to see. Going with much above normal temperatures across the eastern United States from St. Louis, Chicago, Pittsburgh, Atlanta, out to the west, cooler than normal temperatures. Again, if you're a ski fan, if you've got a ski trip going out there, will be great weather for you if you like to do that. So again, a very warm February on tap. And in fact, as far as heating demand goes, if you can inquire about that if you want more information. But as far as heating demand goes, I think that we're probably going in winter as the first or second warmest of all time as things stand now for the entire country. In the short term, however, you can see we may have a couple of snow showers working across central portions of Illinois as we work throughout the night tonight and into tomorrow morning. As far as for us here in Indiana, we may get a couple of sprinkles or a couple of rogue flurries, but we're not going to have a whole lot of impact. The better chances will stay out to the west. You can see Peoria there, north of Springfield and southwest of Chicago. Wanted to talk about our high temperatures though as we work into Sunday, Groundhog's Day. We've talked a lot about this throughout the week. Certainly it looks like it's going to be an early start to spring, at least briefly here, because we do have temperatures that are going to be nearing 60 degrees on Sunday across the Indianapolis metro area. Take a look down here in St. Louis. We're talking about mid 60s and upper 60s just to the west of the St. Louis metro area. I would honestly be surprised at this point if we didn't get 60 in the Indianapolis metro area on your Sunday. The trends have been warmer and warmer with this throughout the week. We're going to have sunny conditions. If you take a look here, not a cloud in the sky as we work into Sunday afternoon. It's just going to be phenomenal. So be sure to get out there and enjoy it, because I do think that the weather is going to pick up in activity as we work into the middle of next week. Monday, a little bit cloudier, but still quite warm across the area. Mid 50s for the Indianapolis metro area. Down in Louisville, we're talking about mid 60s. Cincinnati getting into the upper 50s and 60s there. So again, it's going to be a very warm day on your Monday. And if we take a look at Tuesday, this is what I want to note here. Take a look at the boundary that is going to set up across the Ohio Valley. With that boundary setting up, we are going to really create a favorable environment for moisture into the area. We're going to have a low pressure system that develops on the cold side of this boundary up here across Wisconsin and Illinois. We're going to have a chance for accumulating snow. Down to the south, especially into Kentucky, we're going to be looking at some heavy rainfall risks. So if we take a look at our simulated radar, this is Tuesday morning and throughout the day Tuesday into Wednesday, you can see some very heavy precipitation ongoing across Tennessee, Kentucky, southern Indiana. The northern half of Indiana, Ohio, and Illinois, we are going to have to watch for wintry weather chances. We're talking about the risk of perhaps some mixed precipitation, maybe some freezing rain. Still way too early to get in on the details on that, but this is a risk. Now, there's something that I wanted to note with this. Note how we have the first low pressure system that develops out here to the west, Missouri, and it works across Illinois, Indiana, and then into Ohio. But note what happens. We're not done yet. There's a secondary area of low pressure that's going to develop further to the south and work off to the east as we work into your Wednesday and Thursday. Sometimes in these setups, it can produce some snow further south on the second side of the system. I'm not saying this is going to happen. What I am going to say, though, is that this is pretty much the only way at this point, as things stay now the next several weeks, that Indiana is really going to see any notable storm or snow chances, especially central and southern parts of the state, because we don't have a cold air source. So I wanted to give you a little look here at an animation that I created, because this is kind of the setup we are going to be dealing with here. So, and I'm going to go back here just one frame, but this is the setup we're going to be dealing with. Cold to the north, we've got this low pressure and kind of a stationary boundary setting up across the Ohio Valley. So without a true Arctic air source, you're not going to get these low pressure systems to track further south into Kentucky and Tennessee like we need them to, especially given we've got a big ridge of high pressure that's going to be setting up over the southeastern United States and into the Atlantic. So when you get that set up, there's really only one good way to get a good snow across central Indiana, and that would be by drawing this cold air in behind the first low pressure system. You can see how it starts to tilt. Now, if we can get things to time up just right, this is very, very difficult to do. It does not happen very often, so do not want you to expect it. And part of the reason I'm showing you this is because there may be a couple of rogue model runs the next couple of days that try to put down a lot of snow across central Indiana, and I'm telling you to be very, very cautious with them because models like to do this. They like to build that secondary low pressure system down to the south and then keep it a little bit further south and produce a secondary area of snow on the backside. Again, I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but this is really the only way at this point that we could even have snow chances. So I bet that a model does this over the next couple of days and tries to bring this solution around where there's a band of accumulating snow across central Indiana. All right. All right. Sorry, a little technical difficulty there. But anyway, as I was saying, this just is very difficult to do. And there's two reasons why it's difficult to do. The first reason is the cold air if the cold air comes in too fast, it is going to suppress all of this moisture down to the southeast, and it's either going to snow east of our area or it's going to suppress and deprive the system of moisture completely. The second thing that could happen, and the GFS model is trying to do this, is that the cold doesn't come in fast enough, and then the low takes that same track once again across the Ohio Valley. So it is very difficult to get snow out of these kinds of setups, and I want you to be aware that if you see a wild model run over the weekend that puts down a lot of snow in central Indiana, don't take it verbatim. We will update you as necessary as we work into early next week. So before we go, just wanted to give you a look at the pattern that's going to be coming up the next 10 days. With that system, we're going to be looking at some heavy precipitation across southeastern portions of the United States. Again, don't take it verbatim, but we are looking at a general widespread area of some very heavy rainfall the next 10 days. And February as a whole, I think, is going to be very, very active. We're going to get those kinds of setups where we have the cold lock to the north and that we can get numerous bouts of rain across the Ohio Valley and the southeastern United States. So I do think that this is going to be a very common look. I would certainly expect at this point a wet February across the Ohio Valley, Tennessee Valley, Deep South, and Mississippi Valley. And I think that we see numerous of these setups. So that is all I have for the forecast portion of the live stream. Again, I want to thank Ray Skillman Auto Center on US 31 South for sponsoring this live stream so we can continue to do that. Be sure to like and share this post, and if you are in the market for a car, a GMC or a Buick, be sure to go over to the Ray Skillman Auto Center on US 31 South, ask for Colt, and tell them that BAM sent you so we can continue to do these updates for you and talk about the weather. We love doing them, we love interacting with you all, and we would like to continue to do this. So like and share this post as well. So we're happy to take some questions now to see if you all have anything that you would like to talk about. So I'm going to pull up our live stream here and see if we have any live comments, and then I will answer them, as many as I can at least. So let's see here. All right. Dustin says, very active for sure. Yes, I mean, I really do think that it could be a pretty wet February. It seems like wet Februarys are very common these days. I think the last several years have all been very wet. Let's see. Nathan says, but my weather app says we're getting 17 inches. Whew! If your weather app says you're getting 17 inches, you need a new one for sure. Just come here. What does BAM stand for? Is it initials or just a cool name? It is actually the initials of the owners here, Brian, Amanda, and Michael. Michael being our chief meteorologist, who you've seen here several times. So that is what BAM stands for, but it is a cool name too. All right. Peggy asked, so are we going to get a snowstorm? I do not see that right now. Again, just outlining some of the risks. I think that the better chances for snow are going to come well off to the north of Indy. Chris asks, what does the precipitation outlook for spring look like for the Midwest? I think that it definitely starts out wet. I think that we need to be very careful as we work into May. If we drop into a La Nina, if those ocean temperatures along the equator cool a lot faster, sometimes that can lead to drier trends into summer. So we need to keep a very close eye on that, but I do think that the start of spring is probably on the wetter side. James says, this weather sucks for an ice fisherman. I bet it should. I think I saw something on Twitter earlier about this being one of the lowest ice extents in the Great Lakes this year. So it's definitely not a good year to be an ice fisherman. Barb says, yay, Ray Skillman. Yes, thank you again, Ray Skillman, for sponsoring this and allowing us to continue to do these updates. Yeah, here, somebody asking about, Jane is asking about February. We'll go back here. We started the live stream with our February outlook. Here is our updated February outlook. I'll get out of the picture here so you can see. Again, we're favoring widespread warmer than normal temperatures across the eastern United States, especially the southeast mid-Atlantic and the Ohio Valley. Cooler temperatures out to the west. Nathan says, still same thoughts on warm temps to end winter. Yes, that is still on the table, especially for February, as you can see here on our outlook, especially the next 2 weeks. I mean, we're talking about the next 10 days being 10 degrees above normal across the mid-Atlantic and the Ohio Valley. I think just the next 7 days or so, I think days 3 to 10 are going to be probably 10 to 15 degrees above normal in this area here, and that is going to be extremely difficult to overcome. It's just not going to happen as things stand now. All right, Kyle says, a most excellent forecast, bro. Thank you, Kyle. Appreciate it. Maybe on Monday, I will show how our January forecast verified versus what actually happened. We did have a warmer January in the forecast as well. So that is all I'm seeing right now. Well, let's see, I missed Lindsay. Lindsay said, should I start bringing my plants out during the day to acclimate for an early spring? I don't plant things. I normally kill all of my plants. They don't last very long, so I'm not the one to give advice on plants. I'm sorry, but as far as the weather is going, it is going to be very warm early next week. All right, that is all I am seeing right now. Let me go over to Periscope real quick and see if we have any questions on Periscope so I don't miss them. Want to make sure we give some love to everyone here. All right, not seeing any Periscope comments off the bat. If you're on Periscope right now, feel free to send us some questions. I'll try to hang around for a couple more minutes and before we go and let you get to your Super Bowl weekend. So, not seeing any comments on Periscope right now. Facebook, Rhonda says, good job, guys. Thank you so much. We love doing this. Again, be sure to go over to Ray Skillman Auto Center on US 31 and ask for Colt. Tell them that we sent you. Sign yourself up for a new GMC or Buick. We want to keep doing these live streams too. We love doing them and interacting with you all. Michael is on. Hey, Michael, how are you doing? CPC updated their outlook much warmer now. Yes, we've been, I will have to pull it up again on Monday, but CPC has been very cold with their forecast for February, and now they are going on the warmer side. So we're a little bit ahead of the game with that idea. We've had this similar outlook for most of January. Dustin says, time to grill on Sunday. It would be a great day to grill. I mean, talk about phenomenal Super Bowl weather. I mean, it's going to be flat out perfect. I'm going to be in bed at 8 o'clock, probably miss the second half of it, but still picking the Chiefs to win. So let's look at Sunday again, just so you can make your outdoor plans here. Again, I mean, it's the whole area too. I mean, even Chicago is going to be in the lower 50s for that time of year. For this time of year, it's going to feel like 60. For here, it'll probably feel like 70 just because of we're so used to these cooler temperatures. It's going to be phenomenal. I'm definitely going to sit outside and enjoy myself for a little bit on Sunday, maybe break out the golf clubs. Rhonda says, I want snow. You know what? Normally I do too, but by February, I'm pretty much ready to break out the golf club. So don't see any Periscope comments, so I think that is going to wrap things up for today. Thank you all so much again for watching, and thank you to our sponsor, Ray Skillman. Again, be sure to go over there on US 31 South and ask for Colt and tell them that BAM said hello and that BAM sent you. But that is all I have for today's forecast. Again, have a fantastic rest of your Friday and have a great Super Bowl weekend, and Go Chiefs. I want my pick to be right. Have a great day.